Now, Coach, this is your first season here at Penn State. What exactly did you need to do to get the older players to know your coaching system and to kind of get in your flow of lacrosse?
I think a big thing this past fall was just to earn the trust, and it was a mutual trust, not just our players or our coaching staff trusting our players, but it was also our players trusting our coaching staff. So we just felt like we needed to spend a lot of time with them through the course of the fall, not so much on X's and O's, but just to build a relationship on and off the field that was going to give our guys the sentiment that we were here for them and all in this together, and vice versa, that they were out there for the right reasons, that they wanted to build Penn State the right way and share the same vision that we as a coaching staff had for this program back in the fall, but now here in the springtime and into the future. So, it's taken certainly a long time, but we realize it's going to take some patience and it's going to be a day-to-day process. But overall, I think our coaching staff has been very impressed with the way our seniors in particular have bought into the program and have now become leaders of this program and the new direction that we want to take it.
Okay, and what can we expect from you guys overall this season?
I hope when fans come out to watch Penn State lacrosse compete, and I hope they do come out and watch us compete, they're going to see a brand of lacrosse that cares an awful lot about each other in representing Penn State the appropriate way. I mean, you walk around this campus, certainly within the athletic department, you see a ton of national championship trophies, league championships, and I think if you look at Penn State athletics as a whole, it's symbolic with success and success with honor. I'm hopeful that when people come out to watch us compete, they see a team, like I said, that cares an awful lot about each other, but is also symbolic of the Penn State athletic department and Penn State University. A group of guys that don't just care about winning and losing, but a group of guys that care about doing things the right way and play with great excitement and great passion and play the game of lacrosse in a manner that will make people proud to say that they also represent the university or the lacrosse program.
Okay, now I know you chose your captains as Matt McCready's, Matt Bernier, and Matt Shankoff. What did you see in those players in the preseason that gave you the confidence to make them team leaders?
I think with all great leaders, you have to lead by example. And all three of these guys have shown through the test of time that not only that they have the ability, but that they have the willingness to lead by example, and that they have the character when our coaching staff is not around to make the appropriate decisions that are going to be in line with the vision of our program. So we took a little bit more time this year than we would typically take just to kind of get to know our team, and we also took the input from our team just to kind of get a sense as to who's been here over the last number of years and who's been respected in that regard. So, with the blessing of our team and a fairly thorough thought process of our coaching staff, Matt Bernier, Matt Shankoff, and Matt McCready's really stood out on this particular team, and through some growing pains this fall, have become great leaders of this team, and I know they're very, very well respected throughout the course of our team with each and every team member and our coaching staff. And as a first-year head coach here at Penn State, I could not be more thankful and confident of our leadership with those three guys.
Your first conference game isn't for 1 month. Do you think this is an advantage or a disadvantage for you and the team?
I don't know if it's either at this point. I know, for conference play, we play in such a competitive conference that we're going to need to learn a lot about ourselves through these non-conference or out-of-conference games to prepare ourselves for the type of competition that we're going to face in our league. I would say every team is going to be competitive this year. If you look up and down the Colonial Athletic Conference, and there's not going to be a game that we're really going to be able to take off or feel when we're going into this game that we're going to have more talent or have a great chance to win just based on personnel. We're going to have to work hard and prepare very hard throughout the early portion of the season to prepare ourselves, and then we're going to have to do a wonderful job and be consistent throughout the course of the year if we're going to have even a glimpse of hope to get into that playoff structure where they take the top four. But I'm confident with the non-conference schedule that we have. We got some great opponents coming to University Park, and we're going to be traveling to some great sites and great venues to compete against some very quality lacrosse programs that we will be prepared. And I'm hopeful that when it's all said and done, we're going to be a team that's going to be in that playoff structure, and I hope we're going to be one that's going to be competing for that championship.
And are there any key players on the team that Nittany Lion fans should be looking out for throughout the season?
I hope when people come out to watch, they see a group of guys that play as a team. So I'm hoping that we stick out as a unit, offensively, defensively. But I think if you look down the line, we got some pretty talented people at every position. Matt McCready sticks out in the offensive end. He's an awful exciting lacrosse player. I think he's going to become one of the best attackmen in the country. Nick Dolick at the midfield, extremely athletic. Is going to be asked to shoulder a lot of responsibility, even as just a sophomore. Matt Bernier in the defensive end just plays with such passion. He's certainly going to be one that sticks out. And a freshman goaltender, Austin Cow. It's going to be interesting to watch as he leads our defense. He is certainly qualified for the position. He's done a wonderful job of preparing himself at this point, and is very poised in goal for just a freshman. So, we got a lot of guys that are going to be, along that supporting cast. But if I had to say, if I had to pick one guy at every position, those would be the guys that we hope lead that group or lead our team onto the game field here on Saturday and for the rest of the season.
And finally for today, Coach, first regular season game this Saturday against Binghamton. What do you guys have to do to win it?
I think like any other day, we just got to play together. We got to play hard. We're going to talk to our guys a lot about just controlling their emotions, but being emotional when we take the field. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't a little bit emotional going to the field for the first time for a game representing Penn State. It's an awful exciting time for me, for our staff, and I'm hopeful for our team. So I think you got to come with energy, but you got to harness that energy and make sure you're utilizing that energy in the right places on the field. To make plays the way we're capable of. And I think we're going to start by just trying to outwork our opponent. I think that's where it's going to start, and that's kind of what we want to be known for as a team that works real hard in doing the little things. And I'm hopeful that if we can do that and come out with the same energy and excitement that we've had in our first two preseason scrimmages, that with a little bit better execution, that we'll have success in our first time out.
Thank you, Coach.
Great. Thanks so much.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.